Welcome to the Heart of a Viking. This channel offers elementary art lessons taught by Mrs. Minto from the Cape Henlopen School District in Delaware. I look forward to virtually creating with you. There are new lessons posted weekly. Subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss a single one. So go grab your art supplies and your thinking caps and let's begin. All right, third grade artists. So what we're about to draw here is called a geometric tree. And we're going to be using straight lines to help us to kind of divide the space and divide up the colors. Now, if you don't want to do a tree with me, you can always draw a different shape. Just don't do this very beginning part. Join me in a couple of moments when I'm drawing the straight lines that go across my paper. But if you would like to draw a tree with me, I'd like for you to put a dot at the top middle of your paper and a dot near the bottom, like left side there, and one near the bottom right side. That's just going to help us make this nice looking triangle that we have here. Once you've done that, I'd like for you to add a rectangle sitting on the bottom. That's going to give us the bottom of our tree. This is kind of like an evergreen tree. You know, the ones that stay green all year long. They're called evergreens because they are forever green. All right, now once that's been done, I'm going to start drawing some straight lines. Now, if you have a ruler at your house and you would like to draw with a ruler, you absolutely can. I'm going to draw here freehand without a ruler, so you know, it's totally possible to do if you don't have a ruler, but you can use one if you have one. Okay, so I'd like for you to draw about 4 lines. The rules with these lines is that they have to start on an edge of your paper and they have to travel to a different edge, going straight across. They can't be all zigzaggy and loopy or curvy. They need to be straight. So usually from the top to the bottom or one of the sides to the other side. So I'm drawing 4. There's 4 lines there for myself. And then just investigate it for yourself. If you think you need a 5th line or maybe a 6th line, you can add them, but I would stick somewhere between 4 and 6. After that, it just gets to be too much. So you decide when you're done, but somewhere between 4 and 6. Now, if you have access to a Sharpie or a permanent marker, this next part is nice to trace, so you don't have to, but it's a good idea. So if you have a black marker handy, you can go ahead and trace your tree, the trunk, and all of the lines that you've made. Okay, and then after you have finished tracing all the lines, grab your big eraser and erase the pencil marks that didn't get exactly traced over. This just adds a little bit of craftsmanship, making it look a little bit nicer in the end and helping you to make sure that your coloring looks as best as possible as well. Okay, so now I'm going to find as many shades of green as I can. And what I want to do is I want to color all of my greens inside of the triangle shape. Now, those lines that I drew that go across my paper, those are like stop signs. So as I am coloring in my green spaces, I am making sure that I'm also staying within the shape of my tree. Now, I have a lot of choices here for my greens. I have yellow green, I have green yellow, I have green, I have blue green. Plus, I can layer them. So I can put blue green with green on top. Or maybe I can do yellow green with green yellow on top. So after I've used all the colors by themselves a couple of times, I might need to layer the colors on top of each other to create some additional colors to fill in this whole space. Or you could just use them as they are and just repeat them every now and then. So I'm using my greens. I have 4 greens here, and I'm coloring all the spaces in my tree. Sometimes I'm using 1 crayon in a space, and sometimes I'm using 2 crayons in a space. Completely up to you. See what you can make by combining the colors too. All right, make sure you stay within the tree shape. Now, just a side note, obviously I am speeding up my video here. This really actually took me probably close to 10-12 minutes to color the entire tree, maybe even a little bit longer. I didn't actually time myself. So take your time, make it super nice and be creative. But as soon as you're done coloring inside the tree, I'd like for you to select another color that you have several crayons of. So for example, I'm choosing orange, and I was able to find an orange, a red orange, and a yellow orange. So that way I had at least 3 orange colors to choose from. So I'm going to do the exact same thing, but now on the outside of the tree. So I'm putting all of my different shades of orange on the outside of the tree. And eventually here, you'll see that I put a piece of newspaper underneath of my work. That way I don't have to worry so much about the edges and coloring on the desk or the table that I'm working on. Okay, so I'm choosing a new set of colors. I put those greens away, and now I'm coloring outside of the tree shape. And I almost forgot about the little trunk. Of course, I'm gonna pick 2 different shades of brown. I have a brown inside, kind of like a tan color. So don't forget to do your trunk. Maybe a brown and a tan would be appropriate for that. Okay, so now if you want, you could use some Elmer's glue and some glitter, or glitter glue if you have it, and you can add some shiny details to your tree. So I'm just making little tiny white taps here with my Elmer's glue all the way down my tree. You could also put some sort of glitter glue on the outside as well, almost like stars in the sky or something, but I'm just putting mine in the tree, almost like ornaments or little shiny decorative things in my tree. And I'm making little tiny dots like this. Then I'm gonna go ahead and get out my glitter, open it up, and sprinkle some on. Now, I know I use a lot of glitter. I use a dumping technique. I don't like to shake it out. I like to open it all the way up and then dump it on. Now, when I do this, there ends up being way too much glitter on my work of art, but it's not a problem, because what I do then is then I dump it gently onto a piece of newspaper. And then I have my beautiful work of art like that, but then I can take my piece of newspaper, make it kind of into a funnel shape by bending it in half and letting it fall back into my container. That way I don't waste any of my glue or my glitter, and I can use it all again. Perfect. All right, so you can do that too if you would like to. Okay, and there you have it. That is your finished final geometric tree, or whatever other shape you decided to use. And maybe you had some glitter on it and maybe not. It's up to you and you as an artist how you want to finish your work of art. So I hope you had fun. If you did use glue, make sure you let it dry and then hang it up somewhere to enjoy. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here next time at the Heart of a Viking. HOV artists, don't forget to hop on over to Artsonia to upload a photograph of your piece of artwork to your art portfolio. I can't wait to see it.